YouTube faithful, what's going on? It's Monday. We got Monday Night Football today. If you're new to the channel, I'm going to cover this Monday Night Showdown slate versus the Kansas City Chiefs and the New Orleans Saints. I'm going to do my best to have it done a 15-minute video, so if that's something you want to stick around for, you want to know who I think you should play, why, and everything else, go ahead, smash the like button, smash the subscribe, and possibly leave your boy a comment. I'll leave that up to you. At the end of the day, you do that stuff, it helps the algorithm, you do the Lord's work, and I do appreciate it. So, how about Sunday, right? We got a lot right. We had some stuff wrong via brutal, and I mean brutal hooks. I'm talking Kenneth Walker, Jordan Mason, and Kyron Williams, 3 death hooks that absolutely hurt. They just didn't get their number called on 1st and goal. Hey, sometimes that happens. That's why it is, at the end of the day, gambling. We can only project future performance. We can't predict it with 100% accuracy. If we could, these books wouldn't be in business taking our action. So, with that out of the way, let's talk about tonight. What do we got? Well, let's first go over to Outlier Bet, and you can see it is a 5.5 point spread favoring the Kansas City Chiefs. They are the undefeated home team, which is absolutely insane. 43.5 point total. Now, the Saints came out starting strong. Now, we don't know. I don't really know. I don't like to talk about teams that I don't have an identity for them. And I thought I knew who the Saints were going into the season, but now I'm not sure. Same thing with the Chiefs. They've lost all their personnel, but they are a dynasty franchise and they find ways to win. That is critical in the NFL. They find ways to win. Winners win, losers lose in all aspects of life, okay? So, PrizePicks has either blessed us or cursed us with a discount today on Derek Carr's passing yards. Of all things to discount, that's what they did. God forbid they give us Patrick Mahomes passing yards. I mean, God forbid. But we do have NFL and MLB today. We are going to look at both. There are a few things that I want to discuss for MLB, but first, we are going to go to step 1 of the research process, okay? I use Daily Grind Fantasy, DG Fantasy. They are my partner. Full disclosure, I work closely with them. You can look at the link in the profile, the description of the video. You can get a discount. Use code CRUSH. You'll get 25% off. Code CRUSH35. You'll get 35% off. But this is the step 1 of the process, regardless of what you use. I use DG because it's fast. I can trust the analytics of it. I know what they're doing. Matt's a very smart guy. I like his product. That's why I went with them. I had other offers, trust me. But here we go. You want to start here. I get DMs all the time in the Discord. What's the process? I'm struggling, this, that. Guys, this is step number 1. So you want to see where there's value, where there's inefficiencies in the market. Travis Kelce's fantasy score. Now, the fantasy scores are going to be the most volatile thing when it comes to market projections because only the pick'em site operators operate it. So it's a little bit different. But Aaron Nola, 5 strikeouts. You can see he's 5.5 across every other market. Okay, so if you know that, you know you're getting a slight advantage on PrizePicks, especially since they're giving you 0.5, which is huge in MLB, as you know. And then you could just go down the list. Trey Sweeney, over half a hit run RBI, minus 130, minus 150. This is 100% going to get bumped before this video is live. I probably guarantee it, okay? Trey Sweeney and Aaron Nola, you could take that in a 2-man for MLB. You want to have exposure to Judge? You think he's going to go yarn because he's due? You could take Judge over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. It's always going to be in play. Okay? Personally, for me, my MLB exposure is very, very little. Absolute little. But here's one you could take. Michael Massey, if you will, and Trey Sweeney. You could put them in a 2-man right there, and then you just have to sweat that. Of course it's going to be popular. I had a feeling it was going to be popular. So this is your MLB 2-man right here. You could take this, and then if you want to throw in Nola, you could take that at 5Ks, and then if you really want to get gambling, you could take Aaron Judge, 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. I don't care. I know he's been a little bit cold, whatever you want to say, 1-0, but listen, Aaron Judge can go absolutely yarn anytime he's on the batter's box, okay? I ain't afraid of nothing. In fact, I'm going to have this I'm going to put this 4-man in my slip in my personal account. I guarantee it. Okay, I went ahead on my phone right now, stopped the video, and I went ahead and I did that. I did these 4 right here, and then I removed Judge and also did a 3-man with Nola, Trey, and Michael, and then I just did a 2-man with Trey and Nola. This is probably the favorite one, Nola and Trey. That is the 2-man I just did, and then you can mix and match however you want. I don't like to have a lot of exposure to MLB postseason. I like to just enjoy the games without having any action on them because it just is easier to sweat, to be honest with you. I enjoy it. But if you want to take old Carlos's Demon 15.5 pitching outs and Reagan's as well and just hope they overperform? I absolutely think you could. It pays 3.7 at 5x. It's not a true Demon, if you will. But these pitchers, remember, they can get pulled at any time and they're not going to go their normal pitch counts unless they're just absolutely dealing like Wheeler did the other day, okay? So this would be your Demon shots, and then you could take Demons on the hitters, the 2.5 on the studs like Judge, Soto, Bobby, whoever you like, okay? But exposure to that is limited. Now, let's talk about why you're here, the NFL. And the first thing I want to bring your attention to is the NFL first quarter. I've actually been doing pretty decent on these stats lately. And if you watched my week 5 video that dropped Saturday night, you'll understand what I'm going to talk about in a minute. Now, this right here, this Blake Group and Harrison Butker over half a field goal combo, I like these because they both are good kickers, and if they get stopped within field goal range with right now this season, that's pretty much anywhere between 50 yards or 55 yards, they're going to kick a field goal. So I think you could have exposure to this absolutely, especially in a game where we don't know what's going to happen, but it is a primetime game. I absolutely want exposure to the kickers. This is first quarter. It's very volatile. I will give you that. It's extremely volatile, but I do think it's good. But PrizePicks actually doesn't have my favorite first quarter prop anymore. They removed it, which takes me over here to UnderDog, and it was Chris Olave over 7.5 receiving yards, and it looks like they removed it too. Oh my goodness. I guess they adjusted. They finally figured out that that was too low, but this was my favorite. If it does come back up, go ahead and take it. If not, it is what it is. If you want to check out UnderDog, they will have other things. They do have boost all October long. Right now, you can see 30% profit boost up to 1,000 max on any lineup that I put in. They also have the streak thing and everything else. You can get in the mix. Use code CRUSH. You'll get a deposit match, a free square, and 30 days of my Discord. Just send me the email. Again, that's code CRUSH. Don't forget to check them out. It's a shame that they took away the Olave receiving yards because that is where I took it because PrizePicks beat me to it. I was still able to get it in on Olave, and I got it posted in the Discord, so hopefully you guys got there. So if you wanted to take that or even the 16.5 first quarter rush yards for either Hunt or Kamara, I think either one of those two are fine. Again, first quarter, extremely volatile. Limit your exposure. Know what you're getting into. Now, the main event, the biggest course, the full game slate. I absolutely hate doing primetime games for NFL when it comes to same game parlays. They are extremely hard. You have to script the game perfectly. Anytime you do any more than 2 to 3 plays, you have to script it perfectly. It is what it is, guys. That's just how it is. And I will do my best. Now, because Derek Carr is the discount, you already know it's automatic. You want to go ahead and take that. I don't love it, but I take all discounts. I will have exposure to it. That's just how it is. I take the discounts. Next, Pat Mahomes, 236.5 pass yards. I think this is absolutely good. I had it at 234.5. They moved it up to 236.5. Even better than that is the Goblin, which right now is at 224.5 passing yards. If you were to pair that with Derek Carr, you would get 2.5 times your money. Now, what is my reasoning to like Patrick Mahomes' passing yards tonight? Well, he is the stud player on their team right now. I think that they want to win games. They're 4-0. They are going to be ready. They're not just going to lay down. The Saints are 24th in passing yards allowed. Pat Mahomes is playing at home. He's an absolute beast of a QB. He's one of the generational talents. They're going to need him to take over this game. Now, here's the thing. They pass 54% of the time. They run 46% of the time. A lot of people are banged up. Pacheco. Steele's been fumbling. Who knows what Andy Reid's going to do with him? Rashee Rice is out of the mix. Okay? So the question becomes, who is he going to throw to be able to surpass 232.5 yards or 225 yards? And that is the only fly in the ointment. I don't really have an answer for that. I would assume Worthy. I would assume Kels. But if I know Andy Reid and the Chiefs, it's going to be the no names that come out of nowhere and break out tonight. Now, if that doesn't happen, they're going to lean a lot on the running game, which would lead me to the next person that I like, which would be Kareem Hunt. And what do I like with Kareem Hunt? I think his fantasy score at 10.5 is good. I got his rushing attempts at 11.5. They're now 12. They said that on MGM, this was 99% of where the money is tonight on his rush attempts. So for that reason, I do not recommend the bump because now he needs to get 13. It's more likely he lands on 12. But I think his fantasy score is interesting because I don't think he's going to get a lot of yards between the tackles. I just don't. So what I would say is he catches the ball twice. That's 2 fantasy points. And then if he gets a touchdown, that'd be 8. 8, and then if he can get 20 to 25 yards, whether receiving or rushing, he would cash his fantasy score. That is how he gets there. So I think his fantasy score is fine. The anytime tutty between Hunt and Shaheed is fine, which leads me to number 2. Shaheed. He is a slate breaker, okay? I think you can take under on his receptions because remember, he's the deep threat. He's the field stretcher. It's not like he's a PPR monster. He's just going to get peppered and get short dump-offs. His average depth of target is going to be longer. He has 40 to 50-yard touchdown upside, so I think less on his receptions is good. And then I think over on his Goblin at 39.5 receiving yards, I think that is great. And I also think his longest reception, I got this at 20.5 this morning, and I thought it was too low. Now it's up to 21.5. I will leave it to you if you think that's still in play, but definitely his 20.5 was. He can absolutely get a field stretching touchdown anytime. And then if you really wanted to gamble, you could just take his normal 49.5, and then you're just going to have to hope that he gets over the safeties because they're going to play a deep safety to account for that. I guarantee it. Now, so there's 2 more things that I want to talk about, but before I do that, I've been getting a lot of new members in the Discord/Dub Club lately, and I appreciate you guys for coming through. NBA's right around the corner, so you want to make sure you have a nice home where they're going to teach you, you're going to learn, you're going to be around other like-minded individuals, and more importantly, you're going to have a good time doing it, guys. If you're not having a good time, then the whole thing is pointless. So what I do is personally run my Discord through my Dub Club. So you sign up for the Dub Club, it gives you access into the Discord. The Discord is where I host my live streams. It's where I post my plays, my slips. I post my projection sheets. I do it all. I just use Dub Club as the middle party. Now, yesterday was a good day for a lot of people. For me personally, I had Nico Collins injured right out of the gate on my Draftkings. I lost $200 on Draftkings, which is the overall player v player format for DraftKings salary. I was in for $650. I got back $400, so I lost $250. It is what it is. I had Collins get injured. I had Daniel Jones and Slayton combos at 2 and 4% ownership, and that bailed me out in the end. But my running backs just didn't get there. Kenneth Walker, Jordan Mason, Kyron Williams. You throw in the fact that Nico Collins got hurt after that big touchdown and I got shelled. It is what it is. I did okay on PrizePicks side of it. A lot of people did good. There was a lot of winning plays. Unfortunately, my day depended on the fantasy scores of Kyron Williams, Mason, and Kenneth Walker, which is funny because Mason got over his yards, so did Kyron, and then Kenneth Walker just never got his number called. That whole game was a dumpster fire, but sometimes that happens. Usually I like to split my exposure between the two. I like to have on one hand their fantasy score and on the other hand their yards, because if both hit, then I go. Now, the live stream I did before this lock on Sunday at 9:30 in the morning was absolutely cinema and absolutely amazing, okay? Like I said, we did have a lot right. But yesterday, as you know, was a weird day. But the play of the week, Derrick Henry, he cashed everything. Fantasy, anytime touchdown, rushing yards. It was cinema. We had Josh Downs. This was a 2-man that I gave out. Downs and Eckler cashed that. I mean, but the thing that I'm most concerned with is the field goal props, which I will talk about momentarily. Here's Ben right here who threw $100 on it. Now, like I said, I don't really like talking about these, but these have been absolutely money. I talked about this on my main video Saturday, telling you guys how profitable these are, and they really are. If you can find the right combos at 47, the field goals have just been money this season, and I think we're not going to get this for too much longer. I think we maybe get one more week. I have this exact slip with one more leg, which is tonight. It's Group and Butker, and hopefully they cash. If they don't, they don't, but I'm going to get 2x regardless. And then as far as projection sheets goes, that I post them, they look just like this. I give you the player, I give you what I think they're going to do, and I post it for every single NFL slate, MLB, NBA, you name it. I post it there to help you guys, and I also give the slips and the props as well directly. So we will have a live stream tonight before the NFL kickoff, probably around 6 today since it's a 7 o'clock game. So go to CaptainCrush.net, gold package. Everyone always asks, how do you get in the Discord? Guys, it's linked through my Dub Club. So you go to CaptainCrush.net, click the gold package, 1 month, $24.99. It's right there for you guys. I have a lot of new members coming in. I appreciate you guys for giving me a chance. I think it's worth it. I charge less and give way more than anyone else that I know that's doing this. That is a fact. So I hope to see you guys in the live stream today. And then for NBA, there will be daily live streams 5 days a week. So now let's talk about the rest of this. I told you there was 2 more things I wanted to talk about, and one of them was the field goal prop. Longest field goal made. I got it at 47.5. Now it's 48.5. And that earlier this morning, it was 49.5. I think eventually these are going to get nerfed, which sucks. absolutely sucks because they've just been a cash cow. But if you want to take a shot on this, I think you can. Now that it's getting popular because it's on a prime time, I'm kind of weary about it. But folks, I can't let that get in my mind right now. I just got to go with what's more likely to happen. And if they get stopped and have a chance to get points on the board, I could see them taking it. And both of these kickers are absolutely viable to kick a 50-yarder, a 49-yarder, whatever have you. They can get it done. So absolutely want to make sure you have some exposure to that. And then the final thing that I want to discuss is Alvin Kamara. I think you have plenty of options here, okay? I think you could go with his rush attempts at 16. I think this is an absolute great play, okay? If they somehow get the lead, they're going to want to try to control the clock. They're going to feed him, okay? The Alvin Kamara and Kareem Hunt, I got this at 110. Now it's 115.5. You can make the gut call on there. We know Alvin Kamara is their team. We know they want to feed him, okay? Even though it's against the Chiefs, I don't see how they get away from their game plan, okay? The Chiefs are 22nd in allowing yards overall, but against running backs, they're 14th. They're second in allowing rushing yards to running backs. So it is a bad matchup for him on paper. But remember, it's only been 4 weeks. The Chiefs haven't played many games. It's a small sample size. But this is what I want to tell you guys really quick. This right here is going to be popular. This is going to be popular. Why? Because he's had good results over the last 3, 4, 5 games. Now, whenever somebody is like that, you know regression is coming. But one thing that I did like was Alvin Kamara's receiving yards, which unfortunately, I only see goblins. I don't really see the normal line anymore. It's only got, okay, there it is at 34.5. Now, this was bumped, but I think you could take a shot on it. You know they're going to pass him the ball. And actually, I like less 5 receptions, believe it or not, because I believe he can get targets and everything, but I don't think that he's going to get 6 receptions, okay? Because look at this. His receiving targets prop is 5.5. His reception line is 5. So he's going to get targeted 6 times, and his reception prop, so he's going to catch it every time. That's what didn't make sense to me. I think it was a little overpriced. So I would be more inclined. I'm not taking less on his receiving targets because I'm just showing you that because that is why I want to take less on 5 receptions. Now, of course, he can get 8, 9, 10 receptions. They can do the little dump off screens. They may need to do that. But at the end of the day, folks, he needs 6 receptions as a running back to chalk you. So I'm going to go ahead and take a shot on less here. And I think it's the right play. Also, his receiving yard goblin at 24, I think is good. And then, like I said, the rush attempts, the rush plus receiving yards, any of that is fine. Okay, now remember, guys, whenever you're doing a primetime slate, you have to understand it is extremely unlikely to get all 6 plays, 5 plays to go over. You're going to have to mix in some unders. You're going to have to make some gut calls, okay? The chances of you going over or under on people would mean that you need to take shots on guys who have lower lines that could get there on a primetime slate, like a Noah Gray, a Foster Moreau, something like that, okay? That's something that you guys are going to have to decide. Now, I'm purposefully not talking about everything because I want to save it for the live stream. I do have plays and everything posted in the Discord, but obviously Travis Kelce has a situation where he becomes in play. Chris Olave, Xavier Worthy, obviously, guys. I'm just trying to make this a quick video. So that's everything that I like. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I want to say something really quick. For Draftkings Showdown tonight, guys, do not be afraid to take a captain that no one else is going to take. You want to try to go for the outright win. You don't want to be worried about getting your money back or coming in like 500th place out of 200,000 because that doesn't pay anything. You're going for the home run on DraftKings. So obviously make sure that you take a lineup that is unique and that if it does go off, you have a chance to win first by yourself or chop it with only a few people. Take a stand. Don't be afraid to be wrong. You're going to be wrong 9 out of 10 times. Who cares? It's DraftKings. Get in the mix, guys. And then for interceptions, I do have to say Pat Mahomes, he's just been throwing interceptions all game, every game out of nowhere this season. You want to ride that train till you're forced off. Old Crush ain't going to be the one to talk you off of it, okay? I hope to see you in the live stream today at 6 Central. Here is the salute. Good luck in all your contests. And as always, my brothers and sisters in Christ, let's crush.